My name is Roald Hoffman, and I am a retired professor of chemistry and a writer at Cornell University in the United States. But I began life in a very different time.
Europe, 1945. In the aftermath of the Second World War and the horrors it revealed.
My father was killed. My mother and I survived, and very few others.
Europe faced a new problem.
Over 40 million people lost their lives. Over 50 million were forced to flee into exile.
The largest refugee crisis in modern history.
We wound up in a refugee camp.
The need for a dedicated institution to protect refugees was clear. In December 1950, the UN General Assembly created the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees.
Its mandate, to protect and assist refugees, took effect on January 1st, 1951.
Later that year, governments adopted the 1951 Refugee Convention, establishing the first international legal definition of a refugee. More than a legal framework, however, it was a promise that people forced to flee would be protected. And in the decades that followed, that promise would be tested again and again.
No sooner did the post-war refugee problem seem manageable when suddenly a new crisis.
In 1956, Soviet tanks enter Budapest. More than 200,000 Hungarians flee across borders. It was UNHCR's first great test.
The program met the challenge, and it proved one thing. If the world is aroused enough, as it was with Hungary, it can move with decisiveness and action.
Yet this success is met by a wave of new challenges. In the 1960s, decolonization reshapes the continent of Africa. As empires collapse, new states are born. And in the transition, millions are forced to flee. To meet these new realities, the definition for refugee protection must expand. In 1967, the Refugee Convention is amended. Protection becomes universal, and UNHCR's work expands across the globe.
UNHCR was put to the test in 1971 during the war which led to the creation of Bangladesh.
From Bangladesh to Afghanistan to Vietnam, where thousands of refugees take to the sea.
We explained why we had fled our country, because we hungered for freedom.
From the Bosnian War,
the human catastrophe of the fighting has forced thousands of desperate refugees to flee.
To Rwanda, where genocide forces 2 million people across borders.
The journey was very difficult.
To civil wars and widespread human rights abuses in Central America. Where there is conflict, displacement follows.
The world today still has refugees who are in desperate need of help.
The 21st century brings no end to violence, pushing the systems designed to protect refugees to their limits. In Sudan, nearly 1 in 3 people have been forced to flee their home. More than 1 million Rohingya remain exiled in Bangladesh, the world's largest stateless refugee population. Syria slowly recovers from years of war. Yet instability persists across the Middle East, and with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, full-scale war has returned to Europe.
As long as human beings haven't learned to get along with each other, you will probably get this endemic problem of refugees.
As conflict continues to shape our world, the UN Refugee Agency works for solutions.
That gives that essential assistance to the refugees of today. Work, education, an ability to apply for an eventual place to live and flourish and to contribute to the future of the world, as it did to me
I want to be a role model. I want to be an inspiration.
To lead them to a better life.
To protect refugees, these are not abstract ideals. They are legal and moral safeguards forged by the nations of the world, united in a simple belief. A promise that if you are forced to flee your home, swept up in the cruel tide of history, there will be help.
And I urge you to help UNHCR in its good work. It will certainly mean to the people today as much as it did to us over 75 years ago. Goodbye.